surprising that the Rogue lost that badly, but you know, Massan's still got two pretty strong decks against Warrior. He has the Shaman and, well, his own Warrior, and that can't be too bad. In fact, I remember Massan's Warrior having Harrison Jones, and I'm not so sure that's in Kolento's deck. I think we might actually see a Warrior mirror, because those tend to actually favor just the better deck rather than, you know, RNG or whatever else. Anyway, regardless, we're going to give them a few minutes to review their decks, review their options, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, game 2.
Come with me.
Welcome back to Here's the Cards. We're about to get into game 2 between Massan and Kolento. Kolento took the first game with his Warrior against Massan's Violet Teacher Miracle Rogue. What did you think of that match, Impact?
I think Kolento played it pretty perfectly. He knew exactly what he was doing, he knew exactly how to stay alive, and it really just shows his experience. Kolento is one of the best players in all of Hearthstone, so it didn't surprise me that he was playing absolutely perfectly in the matchup. But the deck also just has like an incredibly good matchup against the against the Miracle Rogue.
I'm gonna go with Massan picking Warrior here. Would you disagree?
I actually thought he was going to go Shaman because he also plays Harrison Jones in a Shaman deck.
Well, you picked it right. I just feel that because it is more of like a control Shaman, I don't know if you can actually like win the game. I think it might go into fatigue again. And I think with Shaman, you might fatigue yourself faster than the Warrior.
It's really tough to say because the Shaman deck can just put out so much early pressure. If it gets it's stuff like Feral Spirits, a good Argus, and if you get the Doomhammer and the Alakir, you can close up the game after getting a good start. This matchup's as close as it gets to a 60-40 matchup in Hearthstone, I think. Because the Warrior can definitely win as well.
I know in a lot of these matchups, the Warrior ends up using his weapon charges on weapons, and that does come through with a lot of the inefficiency that we're talking about. And I mean, it's the same with like the Haunted Creeper here. It's just very annoying to deal with. And I don't even think that you attack here. I think you just waste the Spellbreaker.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Anytime Shaman gets a little bit of a board lead like this, though, you really have to do Fear Argus. It's a very scary card to deal with no matter what.
Yep.
So.
The problem with Warrior is like you get very powerful creatures, but there's very few of them. And when Shaman Totems and crappy creatures reach like critical mass, you're basically just running all your creatures into garbage the whole game, and you can't really win from that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he thinking of coining out a Doomhammer here?
I think he is. It wouldn't be the worst play in the world. I think it actually is pretty good because it sets up his Fire Elemental turn on turn 6. And you'll still have the option to hex or remove a creature with
Oh.
Rockbiter weapon.
I think if you save the coin, you have the option of either using Fire Elemental or Black Knight next turn, and I think both of those are very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
The Fire Elemental deals with a 4/3 if it's the biggest threat, and oh, actually opts to use a Rockbiter. That's actually pretty surprising to me. I feel with Doomhammer and both Rockbiters, you try to really not mess with that.
Yeah, I figure you try and end the game pretty quickly with those. But this will end up working out really well here.
Yep. So we're gonna have some Totem Slaying Fiery War Axe action. Pretty expected stuff. And here again, because you're on 5 and you have two very situational but very good turn 6 options, you have the Black Knight. And I think overall this is the better play. I was just surprised to see the Rockbiter. I don't feel the 4/3 really matters on the board.
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying because if you can get the Black Knight on somewhat of an open board, same with the Fire Elemental, it's just a huge tempo swing because now his options are very strong. He can play Fire Elemental or Totem Argus. Both of those are very good and give him a good spot.
I think Totem Argus is a little better here.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta fear Execute is the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, Doomhammer is surprisingly decent. Yeah, you're put on 5 mana next turn, but you still have decent amount of options with that. Well, he goes for the totem first and he gets the taunt totem. There's no point to Argus that.
Yeah. If he got the healing totem, that would have been insane, and he would have got a huge Argus turn.
Yeah. Do you use Sylvanas here?
What, like Sylvanas and Execute?
Yeah. I think whatever happens, that's getting executed. We were just talking about the rest of the 6 mana. Well, decides to use a Sledge Belcher with it. Sledge Belcher is one of the cards where like it might be good enough to bait a Hex.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the most annoying cards for a Shaman to deal with no matter what.
You want to see Lightning Bolt here? Hammer and Lightning Bolt. Oh.
Yeah, so it makes sense, I think.
Oh, he's gonna Lightning Bolt the remainder so he can Rockbiter down the other creature. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a very aggressive push for board control.
It leaves him very overloaded for the next turn, though. He doesn't have the Fire Elemental option anymore. He can't Totem Argus. He can Totem plus Haunted Creeper or Haunted Creeper Hex.
I think on turn 8 you kind of expect a big creature, so I think this actually sets up for the Hex Haunted Creeper play. And
yeah.
I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, you really have to set up a board without creatures surviving to the next turn. You're going nowhere as a shaman.
Yeah, I agree.
But Kolento's probably thinking about dropping a Sylvanas here and thinking about the chance of it getting killed. Realizing it's pretty high.
Yeah, absolutely. Without any Earth Shocks or Hexes being seen at this point in the game, you gotta expect that the Shaman has a lot of removal, especially because he hasn't really been doing anything.
Well, I mean, it's either Sylvanas or do nothing, so...
Yeah, I agree.
And this is where the Hex turn... Oh, wow, top deck Hex. That is big. I think I'd play the one from the middle of the hand.
Yeah, to make it seem like you had it already.
I had it all along and just got it, you know.
Yep.
Just used it. I'm out now. Thinking of not attacking with the next charge.
I think it's probably fine. I think with the other Hex, he kind of knows where his removal's going.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kolento sets up lethal here.
Yeah.
He's thinking about doing a Mana Tide. Well, if you do Mana Tide, you can't Hex and Argus. And I think you have to Hex. I think you might
Yeah,
want to Totem
agreed.
Argus here just to stop all the damage. Yep, that is what he does.
Yeah, and if you do that, next turn your Mana Tide Totem will be a lot better because it'll be protected by 2 taunts.
And a lot of garbage in the way.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of surprised about these Doomhammer shots. I mean, it's not like you're gonna kill creatures at 12 life, is it?
Yeah, right. You can afford to use your life that big as a resource against the warrior, or they can just shoot you down with Grom so easily.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to play Rag Roulette either, so you don't even want to get close to 8 health.
What do you do here if you're Kolento? Facing down a bunch of taunts.
Hmm.
Do you spam draw by aggressively killing off your Acolyte?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the Brawl either, though.
Okay.
Because you just leave him with a bunch of crappy minions.
No, that's the least of the crappy minions.
Yeah.
You can even kill that one. Just probably not worth it at all.
No, I don't think so. I'm leaning towards the Acolyte Taskmaster.
Yeah,
Opts to slam the Acolyte.
I think that's fair because Grommash is lethal if he doesn't get a taunt.
Yeah. And he's running out of resources anyway, so being able to get like 3 cards is pretty good.
Oh, now he's got a taunt.
He's got a bunch of taunts.
Yeah, a little more than that even, yeah. Wow, Mana Tide, Taunt Totem. That's the top totem there. And double Wolfies. This might turn around very quickly. Oh my, Flame Tongue Totem. The damage is going to start coming in too.
Yeah, it's gonna pile up pretty quickly. Again, this is the top scenario when you can protect your Mana Tide Totem against a warrior. They have to use high priority removal if they even have it, like a Shield Slam or something. Karen Deathspite here, for sure. With both hexes gone, I think you're fine playing Karen.
Well, I mean, he could kill it with an Earth Shock. It's just I think you'd have to take 2 damage from his hammer.
Yeah.
Well, if you're Kolento, that's what it would look like at least.
Yeah. Wow, this is just so much damage. With 1 Brawl down, probably no second Brawl in the deck.
Yeah, this is looking like a Shaman comeback game right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I kind of like playing the 2 Flame Tongues, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing the Fire Elemental just to get another big guy on the board.
I think what I would do is surround my Taunt Totem with Flame Tongues. Because Karen will kill itself if he uses Death Spite, and if he doesn't, you can draw, which you have 2 chances on Earth Shock.
Agreed.
It looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
And you just hit him twice with the hammer.
Now you have to save the charges. Whoa, he is using them! Holy cow! Alright. Well, I don't believe Kolento's running double Brawl. But I think that's what he needs right now. He needs another one of those suckers. What do you do here? You have no draw potential in hand. How can you survive this turn with that hand? I'm not sure that you can.
No, I don't think you can. If he does, it involves hitting
wait, he can. He can cleave and hit both the taunts, and then Cruel Task the one down. Except that's very far from what actually happened.
Yeah. Killing the Argus isn't that bad either, though, honestly. Kill one of the taunts with the Karen. You can kill the other one with the Death Spite. And play the
Everything.
Unstable goal. Yeah.
You
You just play everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably play everything first just to
I think
get
actually
the armor.
you cruel task the taunt totem, and then you use the weapon to kill the 4/3.
Yeah, I like that. From there, you can use your Cairn to kill off one of the flame tongues.
Or go
And then you
face. But yeah, I think killing a flame tongue is better. Okay, and he doesn't want extra damage on either one of those because he wants the cruel task to stay alive when the ghoul dies, of course.
Yeah.
But 1 damage on the unstable ghoul, I don't think that would have been too bad. I guess now it takes 2 Doomhammer hits. Yeah, okay. But all that crap's dying to Lightning Storm anyway. Oh, Lightning Bolt. I think that's game. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Because if you Lightning Storm, he's going to gain a crap load of armor.
I wonder.
He should still storm here though, 100%. Kolento's gonna have 0 cards, and you could just develop the rest of your board.
Yeah, but you're really close to dying right now.
Well, you're at 12. 12 might as well be a million if he doesn't have Grom plus Task. I think it's Storm and then Fire Elemental.
Just hope it lands.
All upon
Exactly.
3 in the armor,
elements
2 on the ghoul.
guide me.
Could have been worse at least.
Yeah. This will work out fine now. Fire Elemental with the Lightning Bolt.
Yep. Or you can just Lightning Bolt and go for a taunt totem. It's even safer. That is what he's doing.
Elements guide me.
Except the taunt totem part.
Yeah. Might as well attack with the hammer. You might even be playing a second one, we don't know.
I think it's mostly the play around Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, that draw. However, Massan doesn't have lethal this turn.
Nah, he's pretty close though.
Oh, that's...
That's 1 mana off.
What can you draw if you're Kolento right now?
That is a good question.
I don't think there is anything. I don't think Kolento can come back in this game at all.
Not from this board state. No way. It would literally have to be the second brawl, and the Armor Smith would have to win. And then,
Actually, you'd still lose.
yeah. Well, then you play Taskmaster, but you don't have any cards, so.
Yep. I think you'd have to draw running shield blocks into a part of the combo, so like Gromash or Grotesque. Shield block, shield block.
Yeah.
Something like that. Actually, not even. I think you'd still die.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be close. Maybe not. Well, Massan evens it up, goes Shaman against the Warrior, and now Kolento's down the Warrior. He has his own Shaman and a Hunter. If Massan drops his Shaman deck, he'll have to go to his Warrior. And I'm feeling like if Hunter beats Shaman, which I think is reasonable if Kolento picks Hunter coming up.
Yeah, Hunter's pretty favored against Shaman.
Then the Hunter would have a decent chance against the Warrior, and then the Shaman would have a slightly more than decent chance against the Warrior. So I think right now Kolento is still in the lead. I mean, winning the first match seems to have a bigger impact than the whole set as opposed to winning the second match because you're picking into the next game. So
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, Kolento's still ahead in this one in my opinion, but it's certainly anyone's game. I'm going to check out game 3, but we're going to take a short break until then. give Massan a little bit to decide what deck he wants to play. Or Kolento. They can decide what deck he wants to play.
I'm here once again, and I'm dealing, I'm feeling the pain. So who takes the fall again? Come with me. Come with me.
Welcome back to Here's the Cards. We got Massan vs Kolento. We're going to go into game 3. Both players at 1 point on the scoreboard. Kolento's got a counter pick against Massan's Shaman deck, which just took a win over Kolento's Warrior. And pretty sure he's going with Hunter. He's got it selected. It seems like the logical choice. Would you even consider the other option here? Would you consider playing Shaman Mirror?
No, I think you're going to go with your favorable matchup here for sure. Not only does it set you up nice to win this game, but you also have a pretty good shot at just beating the Warrior and winning the series 3-1.
Mm-hmm. We also have to keep in mind that Massan is actually playing a very traditional type of Shaman deck. He is playing the Shaman that runs a lot more of the control cards, a little closer to the old school Shaman that we actually haven't seen too much of. I mean, it was never particularly popular, but it was always, fairly effective in my opinion.
Yeah, it was always kind of just around as well. Ooh, not the cards you want.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad Hunter hand, especially considering that you're playing as the control Shaman, where he might have problems getting started. You really need to just crush him in that spot where he's vulnerable at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Eaglehorn Bow is pretty good though. It helps against Feral Spirits, but without the rest of the support, you won't be able to really get your hand going.
Well, there's an Undertaker, but you don't really have any cards to back it up. I mean, right now if you play, it might just die to absolutely nothing, so you can't really afford to even play that.
Yeah, totally. I think we'll just see a hero power here. You can afford to hold on to the Undertaker because you can string it together with some death rattles in the mid game.
Yeah,
like
stuff
a
that you draw
3/4
later on. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think what he's
really
looking.
mulling over this decision.
Yeah, it's a decision that can make a huge impact on this game. If he decides to use it now, he could potentially lose it to pretty much anything, which is what I think he was thinking.
Yeah.
But
I
of
mean,
course
he loses to Earthshock, Lightning Bolt, to Totem, to
Yeah.
literally everything.
A second bow. Man.
It feels like this is about as bad as you can draw against Shaman. Like, even Lothab is not particularly good against Shaman.
Yeah. It is helpful later in the game, but again, you need the board control for it to really make an impact.
Yeah.
Opts to bow the face. I guess with
Seems
two
fine.
of them in, yeah. I guess with two of them in your hand, it isn't that bad.
I think with a hand this bad, you really only play it one way.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta go
You
for
just
the,
go. Yeah. Oh boy, Animal Companion. There's so many risky bad. Like, Leok is just bad. It's just dead to the board. Huffer's dead to the board. Misha's dead to, like, a lot of
board.
cards. Yeah. Misha dies to a lightning bolt, so
Yeah.
I don't even think you can play that right now. I think you might just kill one in hero power. No, he decides he wants to play it. Well, he basically got another bow charge out of his animal companion.
Yeah. But sooner or later, you're gonna need to kill those feral spirits, so might as well get the one that helps you out the most.
Well, I'm surprised he's playing the Undertaker here. I mean, this is real desperation. If you didn't want to play it to counter the spider, why would you even consider playing it here? Have to be desperate.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, maybe he can play the face damage game.
With the Flame Tongue on the board?
Oh.
I think that totem has to die. Yep.
Well, yeah.
And unfortunately for Kolento, Massan again has the perfect answer. He's got that, like, deadly Earth Shock here. 2 damage Earth Shock. Removes his last beast, and his board is completely reliant on beasts right now. Thinking of Doomhammer, that's pretty weird to me. I like the Earth Shock Feral Spirits.
Yeah, this just seems like a board you can't come back from.
It's just like the answer that Kolento had to the first Feral Spirits was terrible. So if that's the case, then he has only drawn 1 card since. You just play him again.
Yeah. I think one of the few cards that can save him here is Unleash the Hounds.
I think we've seen it in his deck, but I don't know how many of them we actually saw.
Yeah.
Lothab turns out to be a good play. I mean, it's going to get rid of most of the taunts on the board. Oh my god, another Undertaker. He hasn't seen a single other Death Rattle card.
No, just the one.
That is
the one
really
haunting.
unlucky.
Yeah. You can maybe just play the Houndmaster here, but you kind of have to expect some sort of fire elemental. But again, you do need something on the board. You can't just continue passing these turns.
I think in Kolento's position, this is one of those games you just want to, like, give up on life. You have, like, almost no options.
Yeah. This is definitely one of those best of the worst kind of games. I think you can set up, though, if you play more minions. Like, you really only get punished by Fire Elemental. If your opponent's using removal on this, it isn't as bad, but... Yeah.
There's another Earth Shock.
Yeah, we know the Fire Elemental's coming down.
Would you Earth Shock Lothab here? I think I would.
You have the Taunt Totem protecting your life, and you have so much life, you want to get into a position where you can try and kill him, I think.
Alright.
If you didn't have the kill command here, you would actually have lethal next turn. Here, though, You have a pretty decent spot. Can actually just play the Alec here and take out both these minions.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
Yeah,
And you still have the taunt.
exactly.
And you have the Argus for a bunch more taunts. I mean, there's no way Kolento can win this game except if he draws Unleash with very good juggles, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's enough. I mean, he's
Ooh,
dead.
he does snipe the yeah.
Oh, he sniped the Alakir. That's true.
Again here though, Argus Doomhammer game pretty much.
Well, it's not. It's not 11
Well-
damage.
Well, it's not lethal, but like you can't win from there.
I think with this play, he wants to clear the board,
Yeah.
which would mean, yeah, Argusing there.
My shield.
There's a little bit more of a risk, I feel. Because, I mean, it only works if you get a spell damage totem. You don't have enough mana otherwise. Oh, I guess you're gonna leave a creature up. Keep him
Yeah,
down.
he just wants to kill him.
Okay. I think there's a lot of options there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's game.
Juggler, no knives. So sorry. Well, a pretty quick game, but doesn't go towards the hunter. It goes towards the shaman. What do you think that matchup is supposed to be like? I feel like hunter should win that most of the time.
Yeah, if the hunter gets a really good start, like
Do
it's
you even really
impossible
need
to
a
win.
really good start? I feel you just need like an acceptable start.
Yeah, you need a minion before turn 5. If you can get a minion before turn 5, I think you're pretty favored. Even looking at the life totals, like Massan only really had like what 11 life at the end of that game, and that was after a really poor start from Kolento.
Yeah.
Like that matchup is just supposed to go your way.
Well, apparently not every time.
Not every time. This is Hearthstone.
Well, Kolento is on his last deck. I think we'll jump straight in it. Usually when this is the case, there's not really much to think about. Kolento has to do the Shaman Mirror, and Kolento's Shaman, I think, is not necessarily card for card the double Lava Burst action that we've seen a little bit in the past, but I think it's very close. And from what we've seen in the past, Massan's control-heavy Shaman seems to have an advantage with the Harrison. And I'm not even sure if the double Lava Burst Shaman runs double Argus, and I think Massan's does, and I think that is a pretty big deal when it comes to board control, especially with the little creatures.
Yeah, but if we see a good like Death Rattle opening from Kolento, we could see a quick turnaround. Like if he does get a good opener, it spirals out of control pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
$8 gold to Shaman. That is
Alright.
a lot of that is a lot of bot games.
Maybe not. I do know that some players have been doing very well with Shaman on ladder.
Yeah. The turn 1 Undertaker. Probably the scariest thing to see in all of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Rockbiter in a quick fashion though. Takes it out pretty easily.
Yeah, but then you don't have a rock biter, and it takes a lot away from your explosive damage. And I feel a lot of this game is going to matter on that explosive damage. Even though it is largely a board control game, I feel like the board control is kind of like both players stalling to draw. They're like semi-OTK.
Yeah, totally agreed. Once the board control has gotten to the point where one player is just going to be in the lead. The other player can still win just from the burst. So it is a matchup largely dependent on the burst. Big Game Hunter in the Shaman deck, pretty interesting. Not going to come up in this matchup, but still pretty interesting to note. This is not the position you want to be in very early.
Big Game Hunter only hits the Fire Elemental next to a totem, so I mean it is one of those cards where you just drop it.
Yeah.
I think the big game is just supposed to improve your matchup against handlock, so it gives you more flexibility in the bans. But I mean, you got Hunter on your roster, so you know maybe you don't have to have it.
Yeah, maybe, but it really just makes a good matchup just a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Do you
is
agree with hexing a Harvest Golem? It kind of keeps you in the game a bit, which is definitely important.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. You need the tempo. I was actually considering it last turn, but without a minion on the board, it's just not as tempting.
And here it's a Doomhammer clear.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to Doomhammer. It definitely seems better than just playing Belcher.
Yeah, Belcher is very vulnerable, and we know the vulnerability is there. Oh, actually, no,
he's 1 mana away from the black knight, but
he actually went second and used the coin, so he can't punish the Sludge Belcher, not immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kill if he wants to use a Rock Bite or an Earth Shock, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
Actually, he got the spell damage totem. He can just kill it with Earth Shock and the leftover golem. That's exactly what he does. Yeah, very good.
I don't really mind playing Fire Elemental. Even if it's just killing off the spell totem, it's not that bad. But if you can do this, it might work out if your opponent doesn't have a Lightning Storm, which you know that he does.
Yeah, you did mention that Lightning Storm is one of those cards where it's crucial to the matchup, and the player who plays the last one is usually the one that wins. I think that's
sure.
A little bit less true when you involve like the double Lava Burst action in Kolento's deck. I think even if things don't go your way, you still have that ridiculous win condition sometimes.
Yeah, being able to burst them out is pretty huge, but are we sure Kolento's playing the double Lava Burst? I thought he was playing Death Rattle. With,
I thought there were
eggs.
Lava Bursts in there, were there not?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen any this game. It's just, you know, all these Shaman decks, they're just kind of hard to distinguish for me. It is what I expected. I mean, in a few tournaments prior to this one, that deck was the most dominant in them. So, you know, usually the way these things go is, you know, if something works, people don't change it too much.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to Doomhammer this turn. You really need to start knocking off some of these totems. Although he does know that Massan plays Harrison if he was watching any of the games, which he probably was.
I think it's a very notable thing. I mean, we even made note of that. Every single time we saw Massan play a deck, it was Harrison in it. And obviously that's not true. Obviously you can't really stick that in Miracle Rogue, but who knows? You know, maybe next time.
Actually, it has seen play in Miracle Rogue before. Yeah. Black Knight, huge here. I don't think there's any reason not to play it. Yeah, bolt the other one.
5 damage bolt. Yeah, keeps the board clear. What can be done on Massan's side here? Oh no, we're seeing Kolento play right now. We're just seeing Massan's POV. Actually, it's like lagged or bugged or something.
Yeah, it's probably just lagging a little bit. We'll come back in a second or two.
Now that they may have disconnected because like the animations are running. Whoa, that was really weird. Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think there was a disconnect. We can see that the action has been removed on the POV here from Kolento. Man, he really doesn't want to play this Doomhammer.
I think he's probably afraid of
Yeah, he's definitely afraid of
that little Harrison.
Yeah, but don't you think at this point in the game, like, you have to do something? Like, you're already in a losing spot.
Yeah, but how losing are you really? Like, if you play Doomhammer here, you take out the taunt, you take out the 1/1, and you kill the Black Knight. That's pretty close to even already.
Yeah, but if you don't play the Doomhammer, what are you doing?
I think this turn he has to play the Doomhammer. I think that's pretty assumed here.
He really, really fears the Harrison Jones. Totally respectable though. Yeah.
I think super expensive Lightning Storm might not be too bad. You roll 4 on one of those, it's worth it. Decides against it.
Well, he has no fear of Harrison. Just throwing down the Doomhammer.
Yeah, Massan's got the board. We kind of expect this situation, but it's still not that solid of a board, I feel. Especially with Doomhammer in hand.
Yeah.
But Massan is looking in good position, and you have to keep in mind that for Massan this is match point. So if Massan does take this game, he is actually 3-0. And, well, I guess he's not the first player to absolutely certainly qualify. I think also Ignite can't not qualify.
Yeah, Ignite qualified from Group A.
Ignite is the only player who is qualified in Group A. And Massan, if he loses this game...
Even if he loses this match?
No, even if he loses this match, he qualifies, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because RDU faces Kolento, and both players can't win that one. So yeah, Massan is also qualified as well. He mostly just gives Kolento a very hard time. If Massan does take this game, he takes the set of matches. Kolento will be 2 games, 1 win. RDU would be 1 game played, 1 loss, and Ostkaka will be 2 games played, 2 losses. So it's just like kind of a mess after that.
Yeah, totally. Man, that Argus draw. If the game wasn't solidified before, it's solidified now.
I still feel it's like 1 Lightning Storm away from flipping sides. I don't really agree with that.
Lightning Storm could help.
I think at this stage when both players are drawing, the only thing that Kolento has to do is burn those charges on his weapon. Because if there's charges left, like 4 charges, and Massan top decks a Harrison, it is game over. Also, we're looking into like less aggressive cards that actually take the game. I think Mana Tide is a card that can take the game for maybe even either player, really.
Yeah, I think Kolento used his, but Massan could definitely draw it. Yeah, he comes to the conclusion that he has to use the weapon charges too.
Mm-hmm. Cannot blame it at all for that one. I mean, if you draw Harrison, it's still a card you want to play. I think Hex here may not be a card you want to play. I don't think so. I mean, when you're in top deck mode, it's really important that you have answers to the significant stuff. And if you play something small and you have a big board, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I agree. Having the Hex there to answer like a Fire Elemental, which is probably the only card that could maybe swing this when it comes to a creature.
I like the
Just
attack,
having-
one with the weapon, one with the Argus.
Yeah, the Doomhammer charge can definitely be useful. Again, we see the Hex going to make a big difference here because he top decked Fire Elemental.
Yep, he's going to Fire Elemental the Spider, and I think Doomhammer down the Totem and the Argus. Or maybe not. Yeah, he kills the Argus here. Leaves up the Spider. I think that's to make something work with his Rock Biter.
Yeah, I think he recognizes that he's gonna need the damage from the Rockbiter to maybe win this. But again, you need minions to stick.
We see,
Haunted Creeper though, pretty
yeah, we see
sticky.
Massan not really overextending there with the Feral Duggies. He knows that one of the only ways Kolento could come back in this game is a Lightning Storm, and those two are vulnerable to exactly that. So I like this. I mean, this right now is basically how you play Arena, by the way, guys. You like squeeze out the maximum value out of each totem that you have. And it's pretty hilarious, really.
Shaman Mirrors equals Arena. I can agree with that actually, yeah. Wow, the Harrison top deck.
Yep. Saving those two charges is probably going to cost Kolento the game. Oh yeah, those are two pretty big cards drawn.
From here, I just don't see this game getting turned around.
Yeah, Massan has a big board lead. He's got the health lead. Got a big card lead. He's got all these answers that Kolento doesn't have. As Your Drake is one of the cards that top deck mode can really swing it though. Here if we see a Lightning Storm, oh man. That would have been a huge Lightning Storm.
Yeah, that would have been a game swinging draw.
I mean, that's still a good draw. I mean, Earthshock kills the Haunted Creeper, and he can... Actually, I think he can just kill the Harrison with the totems, but he might choose the Rock Biter.
I like killing the Harrison with the totem.
He likes the Rock Biter a little better, apparently. And, I mean, now... Kolento's got, like, the creature count. And with the creature count on... Oh, no. Nope, not anymore. This is dirty now. Oh, man. These flame tongues. He totem first, exactly, to pull off that taunt.
Yep.
And here you want your healing totem to stay alive. You don't have a means to do spell damage.
Yeah.
Okay, but now Massan has the
board lead.
The board lead, but Kolento's got his totem now. And with the Hex, does the Hex really do anything? I think that's Massan's second Flame Tongue, isn't it? It's hard to keep track. But
yeah.
If it is, as Kolento, you probably wouldn't be too afraid. I think if Massan had Lightning Storm, he probably would have just played it and gone face already. So that, and you're pretty much all in it right now. It doesn't really matter. I think you just drop the Flame Tongue and you kill as many helpless totems as you possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this'll help out here.
I think Hex might not be terrible. Oh. Apparently he thinks it will be. Oh, I look here. Oh, God. Massan's really pulling in the draws here.
Yeah. He's been
That's
drawing.
it's a good thing he didn't use Hex. Oh, man.
Yeah,
How do you deal with Alakir as well?
you don't. Even if you kill the fire elemental and you play the spirit wolves, they're both just gonna die to the Alakir like nothing.
Yeah, Alakir's. I mean, he's like the Totem Slayer champion. What's his name? Brawlmar Farsi or something like that. The 2/3 Wind Fury.
Yeah.
That's basically what he does, man. He just muscles through all the totems of your opponent.
Yeah. Oh man.
And Mana Tide. Massan is just really, really drawing well right now. I don't think Kolento can really keep up. In this top deck mode, if you're ahead and you draw better than your opponent, it's almost impossible to do anything.
Oh yeah, totally. Argus draw here, not quite what he was looking for. But
Yeah.
how much does he really have left anyway? Not much. Wow. Another fire elemental.
That is really, really brutal.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
I
Oh
think
my goodness.
Kolento
He's
does
going
have
ham.
2 Lightning Storms left in his deck, though. I don't think we should forget that fact.
No, he does have the lightning storms. And there's one of them.
Well, the roll on this one doesn't really matter the way I see it. Oh, he got the spell damage totem. 3 on the fire elemental, though. You're still alive. If you're a Massan, you're just... I mean, how many cards do you have left in your deck? You only have 4. Actually, the Mana Tide might cause you to lose. I didn't realize they were running that deep. I don't know, he hadn't used all the Flame Tongues. Kolento's running on, I think, 6 it was?
Something like that. Alakir is a good draw, especially after that lightning storm.
Is it?
You can just take out the fire elemental on one of the totems.
Oh, the totem, yeah.
Yeah, the totem.
I don't even think you burn Hex on this. I think that's a mistake. I think Kolento's still got at least 1 more fire elemental in the deck.
Are you sure? I think he used both. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
And
I
both
think-
sides is just, yeah.
I think totem is the right play here, yeah.
Yeah, you
But I
couldn't
would not
produce a good
play
breed.
those feral duggies. I would just totem up and pass. Yep. No, don't play the feral duggies. Oh my. Right now, if we see a lightning storm top deck with a high roll and a spell damage totem,
Yeah.
it's still possible. It's still possible.
Oh.
Nope.
Not possible.
Not possible. Nope.
Lame.
That's game. Man, Massan really has been drawn very well in this tournament, but he has been playing very, very solid games as well.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen him make. I think we've seen him make like one mistake a little bit earlier in the tournament, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, the 6/1 pirate, and then he used the blade
That's
spear
right.
before
That's
attacking.
what it was. Yeah. But other than that, his game has been quite good.
Yeah, he's been on
He's-
point.
I mean, sometimes you need your deck to be very kind to you, and his have been very kind to him. Alright, so Massan goes undefeated in the group stage, taking out Kolento. That is a pretty big surprise, but I mean, that's what happens in Hearthstone. You can't always
Yeah.
predict the winner, you can't always win them all.
Yeah, you can't count anyone out.
Yeah. We're going to see a little bit more Kolento after a little bit of a break. I think we're going to be out about 6 minutes, and after that we're going to see the match RDU versus Kolento. That should be a very spectacular set of games. Again, that's going to be in a little while. Until then, I just want to mention that there's going to be a few giveaways going on today and starting tomorrow and the day after. Tomorrow actually going to be semifinals. The day after tomorrow are going to be finals. During those 2 days, there's going to be 20 euro Battle.net gift cards. 2 of them are going to be given away in chat. And today they're giving away like a set of 3 packs. I don't exactly know how this pack giveaway happens, but it's happening. And if you want to win stuff, you don't actually have to do anything. All you need to do is be logged into chat. I think you have to follow the channel, something like that. And again,